I'd like to call to order the March 27, 2017 meeting of the Mobile County Commission. We'd like to welcome this morning Reverend Melvin Clark, pastor of First Baptist Church of Baltimore Street, to bring our invocation. We will stand and remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Almighty God, Creator and Sustainer, we come to this place from places widespread and diverse. We lift our hearts in thanksgiving to you, put ourselves in the business that will be undertaken in your care. First, we ask your blessings upon this nation, and we remember those who gave their ultimate sacrifice for it. We pray for this state, for this city of Mobile, and for the leaders thereof. We ask your blessings to be upon this Board of Commissioners. Keep them filled with knowledge of yourself and vision for the future of the city, county, and the community. We pray for all who hold this stewardship test of problem solving. Let no hard decision harden the makers or the receiver. Look on hearts, minds that are in this building with mercy and compassion. Grant that your love will abound. We ask this in the name of Jesus, our Savior. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any speakers this morning?
Yes, Madam President. We have two speakers on the Semmes Library, Diane Moore and then David Baker.
Good morning.
Morning.
We won't go back over what we talked about the last time. You know, out here in Semmes that we have a story to tell about our library and how proud we are to have been a part of helping to get the library started with some $370,000 plus in funds just from the community. We have different viewpoints about the current lease agreement with CVS. For the times back 10 years ago, some seemed to think it was okay. We know today we're not looking at it the same way, are we? But the point that we're trying to get across today is that we're counting on you. It was a unanimous vote 10 years ago to make the Semmes Library, which has become really a regional library, a county project. And we're counting on you to solve these big tasks ahead in a very short period of time. And that's one thing that we are, I guess, that's disturbing to us is that we don't have more time. Just finding this overwhelming information in February doesn't give us much time to get organized and try to send a message to our to CVS, who is, of course, a corporate giant. CVS so far is showing not much sign of giving back to the community or business leadership or partnering with the community to secure the future of the library. And we know that CVS holds all the cards right now. They have benefited from our patronage over the years, and they have benefited by being directly across the street from our beautiful library. So we're hoping at some point, which is going to take a little bit of organization, we're working on that now, and have some events that are going to be coming up that will hopefully send to them the idea that we want them to be a community partner and not a hindrance in establishing the future of our Semmes Library. As you take this vote today to not renew the lease, and we know that's going to happen, it is our hope and prayer that from here on our goal is to do the right thing for the regional Semmes Library and the 21,000 plus citizens serviced by the library. We were not told about the problems with the lease agreement until February, and we are here by no fault of our own. At the Mobile County Commission meeting that we attended on March the 16th, our group left the building sort of cautiously encouraged that all of our commissioners were making statements of cooperating together to work out a solution. Kindly paraphrasing Commissioner Ludgood's remarks, she said that we would not be pulling the rug out from under people because that's not the way we do business. Even with those words of assurance, I couldn't help but feel that the rug had already been pulled, and what we need now is for our 3 commissioners to put the rug back in place. We will stand for our library. We're a close-knit community. We will do everything that we can in a positive way to help secure the future of this library, the permanency of this library. When you go to the library and you see the plaque there that's inside the Semmes Library, there are 3 commissioner names there, not just District 2. Repeating, the Regional Semmes Library remains a county project, and we are looking to all 3 of you to fill this gap. I wanted to give you just a few figures. I think you have them in front of you with regard to our Semmes Branch Library. Items in collection in 2016, 45,649. Items checked out, 101,248. The library cards, 10,000 plus. Reference questions, 24,000 plus. Public computer use, 23,000 plus. And on the back, you see patron visits at 73,000 and over. Hours open, 1,900. Total program attendances, over 5,000 people. And that, you can see, is mostly our young people. The adults have a little piece of that pie, but that is mostly from teens and kids. Community meetings, 86. And of course, we boast about having a beautiful building there that we just feel sure that it's going to all come together. It's very important. This library is close to the heart. We stand together as we did 10 years ago. We have a meeting set up this week to begin making some concerted efforts to send our message that we might need to send to CVS to rethink their wallet position and instead consider being a partner at this location. We know that they are a giant, but we also believe that with every giant there is a David. And we do appreciate you, as we know you work hard, but from henceforth, we hope that you will really put our Semmes Library at the top of the agenda to make sure that there are no major changes for 21,000 plus people that this library services. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Others? Other speakers?
Mr. Baker is here.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Just to reiterate what Ms. Moore said, I think we are all aware, especially from the contents and the way the last commission work session went, that the commission is aware that it's a regional library we're talking about. It serves the entire area, that area of Mobile County. We have people who have library cards from Mississippi who regularly transit up and down Highway 98. And it's important to bring that to the forefront because we want people to realize that this is a widely used library and not just for the locals within a mile or two of the building. Secondly, we are also aware that as we develop our budget for the city of Semmes for this next fiscal year, discussions on the library are going to be brought to the front. We will discuss it, and we understand that we will have to do our part as other cities do to support their libraries. We also understand that the lease in its current form is not acceptable to the Commission. We understand that today's action is to terminate that lease and re-enter negotiations to get a better product for the Commission to approve. We appreciate your hard work. We know the County Commission will work hard together with us to come to a successful conclusion, and we appreciate your efforts. Thank you very much.
Mayor, can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Are y'all getting funding from, I don't know the organization's name, the Library Association of the county? Do y'all get any funding from them?
From the city?
Well,
There-
for this library.
There's pass-through money that comes through.
There is pass-through money?
There is
Okay.
pass-through
So
for
they're-
operations.
But they're getting that through,
It
Mobile-
passes through the Mobile Public Library system from the county.
That's what I was looking for,
Yeah.
thank you. So you're getting what the other libraries are getting, that's what I'm making sure.
And we understand that in the past, we've been blessed. We understand that. But we also want to bring to your attention, if you don't already know, that when you look at this building, the beauty of it, the location of it, the cutting-edge technology inside the building, the great staff, the available square footage, it's a draw. It's a regional draw. And it helps the county. It brings money in for everyone. So just want you to be aware of that.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
May I
Thank
make
you.
a
Okay,
couple
thank you.
comments, please? Okay. First of all, I wanted to acknowledge all the citizens here today from the Semmes surrounding area. I know we have the de facto mayor of Wilmer up there, Mr. Godfrey. We're happy to see you here today. Thank you for coming, Mayor Baker, Councilman Howard Smith. We really appreciate your partnership and your willingness to work together. That means a lot. At this point, and I mentioned this in our conference meeting the other day, we are trying to negotiate with CVS. They've made it clear that they will not donate the building for a tax write-off. Also, we had an appraisal done on the property in the building that came to $1.3 million. CVS has indicated to us that they are not willing to consider any purchase offer less than $2.2 million, which puts it out of our range. So our intent has been, after we found out that information, to try to negotiate a more reasonable lease. And we sent an offer a few days ago, a proposal for $5,000 a month for a 60-month period. That is roughly half of what the current lease is. As you saw, Mr. Ross just came. He approached me. He has just now heard from the CVS representative. They are agreeable to that. And so that's actually very good news, I think.
Yeah, that's great
very
news.
good news. Actually, it's surprising, but good news. Excellent. So that is. So we will begin working with that at this point. But as has been mentioned today, we are in a position of having to give notice in order to be able to move forward and work on that. Mm-hmm. And because the current lease does not have any early termination clause in it, so it's 10 years or nothing. So we've got to get that lease out of the way so we can begin working on a new lease. So anyway,
That's great news.
yeah. So I'm very happy that we got this message today, and that we're ready to begin to work together. We're going to work this out. This is a top priority, not only for my office, but my fellow commissioners. They understand the importance of this, and they know this is a regional library. This serves a lot of people and has for a long time, and we're all proud of it. And we're going to do everything we can to protect it and preserve it, and you have my commitment to that.
We have one more speaker, Larry Godfrey, who mentioned that he was here in support of the Semmes Library, but also would like to address environmental enforcement.
Come on down, Mr. Godfrey.
So you are the mayor of,
And I called him de facto mayor because he's the go-to guy. Everybody in Wilmer knows who to go to.
And that could be good and bad.
That's the
Thank
way
you,
I feel
Ross,
too,
for
Mr.
doing such a
Godfrey.
great job.
I will say just one other comment in the verbal that I did not tell Commissioner Hudson is that the verbal was at some point in time in the not too distant future they might be willing to look at a different price,
A different project,
lower price.
a lower price.
Just not now. I don't.
Was that part of the discussion
That
you
was
just
part
had?
of my 3-minute conversation. I'll have to go back and talk some more with them.
But at least this will buy us some time to work on that.
The proposals that accept $5,000 for 60 months with a right to terminate is proposed by me on behalf of the county, but they want that to be a reciprocal right. But we'll vet through all that. But it is
Okay.
less than half of what it's currently scheduled to go up to be.
Thank you.
We'll get there.
I'd like to speak on our environmental issues, our environmental enforcement of debris, squalor, trash, whatever adjective you want to put to it. I've got a little handout here, and on the first page, this is on the Alabama state line right in front of my house. I live the first house in Alabama when you come into Alabama on Highway 98. I've lived there for approximately 30 years. We have a problem in Wilmer and the surrounding areas in our county about trash and litter, et cetera, et cetera. This is the first thing you see when you come into the state of Alabama. Welcome to Alabama the Beautiful. ALDOT figures on the amount of traffic on a weekend per day is approximately 8,000 to 9,000 vehicles coming across that state line on the weekend, especially this time of year, spring break, getting close to summertime, and our neighbors from neighboring states are utilizing our beautiful beaches in this area. And when you come across the Alabama-Mississippi state line, the first thing you see is on page 1 right there. I've got it marked at the bottom. That is approximately 1.75 miles from the state line. I have dealt with this situation since December. I have verbally dealt with it by telephone. I have physically dealt with it by going out to the environmental office at the Public Works Department out on Schillingers Road. I've filed complaints. I've talked to supervisors. I've talked to receptionists. I've taken photographs. The last time that I've dealt with this verbally, I talked to the supervisor again this past Thursday. These pictures was taken this past Thursday, as I have taken pictures before out there, February the 21st. Talked to everybody out there, told my story about 6 times, and I'm a firm believer of the chain of command in our government. I respect that. I'm a veteran, and I got used to that during my tenure as a veteran. So therefore, I want to play by the rules. But it seems like the people that gets paid to do this job are not paying by their own rules. As you can see, the squalor that was here, I've also talked to the environmental officer that writes the summons and whatnots for this. I've talked to him twice on the side of the road within a half a mile of this residence right here. Now, if you look at the residence on page number 1 right there, you can see there's holes in the roof, and it's got blankets and Venetian blinds covering the porch in front there that you can't see. If you'll also look at the end of the residence there, between the 2 windows, you will see a meter base and a breaker base. Now, you don't see a meter in that breaker base, in that meter base. So that means the abode does not have electricity. Now, I'm sure it doesn't have water either. Now, he was written up several times, so he gathered all of that debris up and put it in several piles. The piles were about that high. Then they began to go down, and I began to see him digging holes. So apparently he has started a landfill in Mobile County. Now, as I understand it, you have to have a permit in Mobile County to have a landfill. I'll guarantee you he does not have a permit to bury all this garbage. If you'll look right to the right of the telephone pole of the posted sign, you'll see a yellow-handled shovel out there. Now, I personally saw him burying 1 load 2 weeks ago. Also, this past Thursday, he's got a hole out there right now that he's been digging. If you'll look at page number 2, you'll see 2 legs coming out of the window.
That's what I was sitting here grinning about.
I was sitting, as you can see, I've got pictures of the edge of the highway. I was sitting on the edge of the highway on ALDOT's right-of-way. I was not on that property. I pulled up and started taking pictures with an iPad. He immediately shot out of there like a tomcat. I mean, that fast. Apparently, that's how he goes to his inside in his abode. Now, if you look back there in the back, you'll see a blanket hanging up back there in the woods. That's to hide all that other stuff that he's got thrown, trash and garbage and everything else. Now, if you will look at page number 3, you will see the resident coming out. Now, he's not in a tux by any means, and I'm sure he feels comfortable in that mode of dress, but, he came out and began to tell me what my business was and what I should be doing with other adjectives involved in that. Now, I kept taking a few pictures also in that situation. As you could see on page 4, he's got his whole porch covered with Venetian blinds and blankets. And why that is, I don't have a clue. My question is legally, is he able to stay in that? Apparently so, because he's there. And I understand people in certain parts of the county stay in tents, and I'm sure that's okay too. But the last page is another property there, which it is approximately 1 mile and 4/10 from the state line. And as you can see what this looks like, there's 2 mobile homes there that is absolutely just ridiculous. Now, anybody coming, and I watch tags where I live, I watch tags. Arkansas is the most prevalent. Missouri is the second. Texas, Louisiana, occasionally Oklahoma. I've got 2 people staying at my campground right now from Colorado. And, of course, Mississippi. Upper Mississippi, lower Mississippi, all around. Now, this is us, whether we like it or not. This is the first impression that our neighbors gets when they come across the Alabama-Mississippi state line. This is what they see. I picked up Friday I picked up 2 5-gallon bags of trash in front of my place there that I was going to cut the grass up on the Aldott right-of-way up there. And I picked up 2 5-gallon bags of trash. Nothing but trash thrown out. Now, it looks like our sheriff's department and our environmental enforcement agency could do a better job with this. I'm so frustrated with them, I can scream. And it just never happens. You know, we're doing what we can. Mr. Godfrey, you got to understand, I fully understand the process, but the process is moving at such a slow pace. I thank you for listening to me vent, and I hope that you can do something about this. And people are getting paid good money, tax dollars, for doing nothing. That's the way I see it. Thank you very much. Mr. Ross, thank you again.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Godfrey, for sharing this information with us. These photos are certainly compelling. This is horrible. I agree with you 100% about the impression that it gives to people who are coming into the state and into our county. And Mr. Ross, can you and Mr. Kegley, can you work together to see if there's anything that the county, any authority that we have to be able to step in or work with the health department? Because obviously this appears to me to be a public safety hazard.
Well, it's a state-maintained road, but we will certainly look at it. We don't have the benefit of what y'all are looking at, but we'll look at it right after the meeting and try to put our heads together.
You probably want to include Doug.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, of course, Doug.
Okay.
Let me say this. I will actually go out there and clean that mess up in both of them. But somebody's going to pay me to do it.
Mr. Godfrey, do these people own this property? Does this guy crawling out this one to own this property?
The person that owns the 2 mobile homes, his name is Perry, as I understand it. I don't know who owns the guy crawling out the window. I don't know who owns that.
Well, it's easy.
If he is a rentor or what, I don't know.
We can easily find that out for you.
Well,
Have you
the environmental agency knows about it. They wouldn't tell me who owned it.
Well, that's public information. I can show you where to find that.
But whether or not it's private property, it
private
appears
property.
to be a public safety hazard, and that puts it into a little bit different arena. And so
Exactly.
whatever we can do to assist in dealing with this and resolving this concern, will do.
As far as I know, he's the only one that lives there.
Okay. If what I would suggest you do is the health department. One, he can't live there without running water in a bathroom. As far as the power hook to the house, he'll never get power hooked to that house. So the chances are he's not on a septic tank either. So the health department needs to be notified of that. We don't deal with the septic tanks, the health department does, and they've been very easy for me to work with. I'll call them and give them the address and stuff, and they go out and do their inspections.
Well, I would appreciate any help that you could get. As I said before, I will clean that mess up. I will. I'll clean it up. But I'm not going to do it for free, because when I do that, I'm expected from then on to do things. I bet I've given away 200 gallons of gas out there. Do you believe people will leave their house and come down here, come down at my place and say, I'm out of gas, Mr. Larry, could you help me? Yeah, I'll help you. Well, the word has got out. Old Larry's giving away gas. So,
What time are you going to get home today?
Mr.
Godfrey, we will assist in helping with this issue, and we'll contact the health department and work through the other. I'm sure there are legal issues involved too, so we'll work on it.
Well, I thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Godfrey, I can't give you legal advice, but I wouldn't go on to somebody else's
Oh, I don't
property and
plan
start
to.
cleaning it up.
I don't plan to.
Okay.
If you give me the right to go out there and clean that up, and I'm a paid individual to go out there and clean that, I'd be glad to.
All right.
Yeah, that's my commitment.
Well-
I'll do that.
We'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Do we have other speakers? Any other speakers, Ken?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Number 1, approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the October 10th, 2016 and October 24th, 2016.
So moved.
Second.
Number 2, approve the list of claims.
So moved.
Second.
Number 3, hold a public hearing so any citizen of the county shall be given an opportunity to be heard for or against any item related to the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance report for the period ending February 28, 2017.
The public hearing is now in session. Are there any speakers? Hearing none, the public hearing is now closed.
Number 4, approve a notice of non-renewal of lease for the Semmes Library and authorize the administrator to notify the landowner.
Commissioners, if I just may, only since John is not here this week, may I sign as the county attorney? I'll get it out today, or
What does the lease say? Does the lease,
It doesn't. It's just entered into by between the county and CVS.
so there's no notice section?
There's a notice provision, but it doesn't say whom.
Okay,
That is on the county commission side.
okay.
So moved.
I'll get it. I'll get it out today.
So would you do
So
it as
moved
amended?
with that
Okay.
amendment.
Okay, so how are we, explain this vote. This is to send the letter?
This is to
Yes.
send a notice of
The notice,
non-renewal
okay.
because we're going to be renegotiating the contract.
That's correct.
So moved.
This is to authorize the county attorney rather than the administrator.
To
Second.
sign the letter. Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Number 5, approve interagency agreement with the State of Alabama Department of Human Resources for lease of food stamp building for 1 year renewable term in the amount of actual expenses not to exceed $50,000 per year, same as the current agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Number 6, approve renewal of maintenance agreements with Microscan for 4 reader printers for 1 year in a total amount of $3,189.55 for probate court.
So moved.
Second.
Number 7, approve investment purchases of county funds by the treasurer for the month of February 2017.
So moved.
Second.
Number 8, approve application of Sammy's Quick Stop, LLC for off-premise retail beer and table wine license, Sammy's Quick Stop, 6875 Sweetown Road, Theodore, Alabama, 36582.
So moved.
Second.
Number 9, approve application of Premu Psi Inc. for off-premise retail beer and table wine license, Rand's Quick Stop, 12352 Old Pascagoula Road, Grand Bay, Alabama, 36541.
So moved.
Second.
Number 10, approve amending educational funds annual contract with Chickasaw Library, doing business as Ina Pullen Smallwood Memorial Library, for additional funds in the amount of $5,000 from District 1 funds to purchase technology equipment.
So moved.
Second.
I'm not sure this language is correct. It says we are amending EFP. We're amending the contract by EFP 13217. So the language is we need to just kind of straighten that up.
It should read amending annual contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's paid through EFP.
No, the annual contract comes from just regular general fund, this additional 5,000. Basically, what they're doing is taking the usual
Oh,
contract
I see
that we
what you're
have and
saying.
then just adding.
You're right, that is confusing.
So, okay.
So we're amending the annual contract.
We're amending the annual contract by $5,000, which will be paid through or by EFP 132-17.
Okay, we have it.
Okay.
We'll make that change, Commissioner.
Okay.
Okay. Number 11, approve amending educational funds approved in February 13, 2017 minutes, agenda item number 8, to correct name of contract to read L.C. Collier Elementary School, PTA.
So moved.
Second.
Number 12, approve educational funds contract with the Board of School Commissioners in the amount of $12,000 from District 2 funds to purchase technology equipment for Kate Shepherd Elementary School.
So moved.
Second.
Number 13, approve educational funds contract with E.R. Dixon Elementary School, PTA, in the amount of $12,000 from District 2 funds to purchase technology equipment.
So moved.
Second.
Number 14, approve educational funds contract with BC Rain High School, PTO, in the amount of $7,500 from District 3 funds to assist with travel expenses for New York City aviation class trip.
So moved.
Second.
Number 15, approve request of the Strickland Youth Center to submit diversion grant application to the Alabama Department of Youth Services in the amount of $986,000 to fund the Bridge, Inc. Transitions Program for the fiscal year 2017 through 2018. No county match is required.
So moved.
Second.
Just one question. Is this kind of a perfunctory grant that you just have to do to get the money? Is the money there? We just have to apply for it, or is it competitive?
Yes, the money is there, and we just have to apply for it.
Okay, thank you.
Number 16, approve a budget revision request of the Revenue Commissioner's Office for the reappraisal budget and authorize the county administrator to sign on behalf of Mobile County.
So moved.
Second.
Number 17, adopt a sole source resolution approving master service agreement and task order number 1 with Environmental Systems Research Institute, Inc. in the amount of $394,000 and accompanying Esri Enterprise Advantage Program Agreement in the amount of $83,000 for GIA database design and migration for the Revenue Commissioner's Office will be paid from the reappraisal fund budget.
So moved.
Second.
Number 18, authorize advertisement for notice of public hearing and a 30-day comment period for HUD Programs 2017, 3 action plans, consolidated plan amendment to the Citizens Participation Plan.
So moved.
Second.
Number 19, approve amendment to the program year of June 1st through May 31st to July 1st through June 30th for the HUD programs.
So moved.
Second.
Number 20, approve sending a letter of support for funding of the CDBG, home, and ESG programs to the U.S. senators and congressmen.
So moved.
Second.
Number 21, approve reappointment of Fred Ransomville to the Dauphin Island Water, Sewer, and Fire Protection Authority for a 6-year term ending at noon on March 1st, 2023.
So moved.
Sorry. Second.
Excuse me. Number 22, approve rescinding renewal of annual maintenance agreement with Elite, a Thompson Reuters business for Mobile County Attorney's Office in the amount of $1,470.07 for the term April 30th, 2017 to May 1st, 2018. As said, annual maintenance agreement was actually a tax credit for May 1st, 2016 to April 30th, 2017. The county legal department was billed in error.
So moved.
Second.
Number 23, consider taking the following action on bids.
So moved.
Second.
Number 24, approve lease agreement with CPC Office Technologies in the amount of $161.56 per month for 36 months for a Sharp MX 3050N full color digital imaging system for the County Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Number 25, approve purchase of 6 full-size vehicles, 6 sports utility vehicles, and 1 full-size van from the current state of Alabama contract T191A for the Revenue Commissioner's Office.
So moved.
Is
Second.
this,
I'm
is this
sorry.
from the reappraisal budget? Okay, thank you. You might want to add that it's coming from the reappraisal.
We'll do that, Commissioner.
Okay. I think you got a motion and a second
Yeah,
on 25.
second.
Okay. Number 26, approve educational fund sponsorship with United Way of Southwest Alabama in the amount of $2,000 from District 1 funds for its second annual hometown NFL Huddle Charity Golf Tournament.
So moved.
Second.
Number 27, approve educational funds contract with the Board of School Commissioners in the amount of $10,000 from District 2 funds to purchase a storage building for the Southwest Alabama Regional School for the deaf and blind.
So moved.
Second.
Number 28, recommend approving supplemental agreement number 1 with HCL Contracting LLC for project capital improvement, Semmes Ballpark MGM parking lots for the deletion of 1 item and an addition of 4 items, thereby increasing the contract in an estimated amount of $8,653.
So moved.
Second.
Number 29, recommend approving assigning professional engineering services contract to Volker Inc. for the roadway improvements to propose Lansing Drive.
So moved.
Second.
Number 30, recommend approving assigning professional geotechnical engineering testing services to Southern Earth Sciences, Inc. for the roadway improvements to propose Lansing Drive.
So moved.
Second.
Number 31, recommend approving purchases of 3 new sports utility vehicles and 1 new pickup truck from the state bid contract T191A and 1 new crew cab, heavy-duty cab, and chassis from the state bid contract T193A for the Public Works Department.
So moved.
Second.
Number
Does
32,
this mean we're going to retire something? Oh. Oh, I was just hoping we had some for the small cities. Not this time. Thank you.
Number 32, recommend authorizing acquisition of property and acceptance of right-of-way deeds and easement from the following property owners for the following projects.
So moved.
Second.
33, recommend authorizing 6-month no-cost extension to GOMESA sub-recipient agreement between Mobile County and the Dauphin Island Sea Lab Mobile Bay National Estuary Program to update the Mobile County Soil Survey. The revised period of performance end date will be September 30th, 2017.
So moved.
Second.
Number 34, recommend approving supplemental agreement number 1 with Hosey Weaver and Sons, Inc. for project MCR 2014-009 Henderson Camp Road for the additional 5 items, thereby increasing the contract in an estimated amount of $23,665.92.
So moved.
Second.
Number 35, recommend approving preliminary and final plat of Peterson Lane subdivision.
So moved.
Second.
Number 36, recommend approving granting utility easement to Alabama Power for a pole line to service the planned expansion of Lansing Fibers plant in Axis.
So moved.
Second.
Number 37, recommend approving the updated Mobile County Commission design guidelines for improving existing county-maintained unpaved local roads.
So moved.
Second.
Number 38, recommend approving the updated Mobile County Commission guidelines for resurfacing, restoration, and rehabilitation, R for existing county-maintained roads.
So moved.
Second.
Number 39, recommend approving right-of-way and/or easement agreement to purchase Track 42 in the amount of $400 for project MCR 2014-304, Christian Acres Road.
So moved.
Second.
Number 40, recommend approving right-of-way and/or easement agreement to purchase Track 1 in the amount of $945 for project MCR 2014-006, Glass Road.
So moved.
Second.
Number 41, recommend approving right-of-way and/or easement agreement to purchase Track 26 in the amount of $593 for project MCR 2014-306, Old Military Road.
So moved.
Second.
Number 42, recommend approving supplemental agreement number 1 with John G. Walton Construction Company, Inc. for project MCR 210, project MCR 2012-309, Hit Road for the addition of 7 items, thereby increasing the contract in the estimated amount of $14,170.24.
So moved.
Second.
And Commissioner, we have one add-on. The add-on is number 1, approve professional service contract with Airwind Inc. for production of state of the city and county video not to exceed $7,500.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner announcements and/or comments?
Commissioner Hudson?
Yes, I do. I wanted to say kudos today to the Mobile County Animal Shelter. We received a report this past week from the Alabama State Board of Veterinary Medical Examiners, and the report reads, their comments read as follows: this facility meets or exceeds all state requirements. Employees and staff are very organized and demonstrate a great work ethic. This facility could and should be used as a model facility. Continue all the hard work and deduction that is demonstrated in your current actions. Director Carmelo's leadership is on display through his staff and the work that they are doing. And I wanted to congratulate Director Carmelo Miranda and all of his staff members. This is a great report. They work really hard out there, and if you have not been out to the animal shelter lately, I highly recommend that you go. You will be very impressed. And they have a lot of animals up for adoption, and through April 7th, there are actually no adoption fees for any of the dogs that are a year or older. So, but anyway, congratulations again to our animal shelter staff.
Anything else?
I'm good.
Okay. I'd like to announce that we have Operation Clean Sweep in District 1, but we'll take it from wherever. And it's going to be at the Accorded site April 1st, not April Fools. It's really an Operation Clean Sweep. I think we start at 7 o'clock. Is that right, Dina?
Yes.
Okay. And we're able to take, in addition to, well, do you by any chance have a list of the things you don't? Okay. But we can take electronics, which is unusual in our local clean sweeps. You'll be able to bring old computer equipment, old televisions, telephones, those kinds of things that are hard to recycle. And so just get the word out. We're hoping that we'll get good participation from District 1, but certainly from all over the county. We have retirees for April 1, Mary Agee from Camp 1 with 13 years and 1 month, Gwen Baldwin, the Revenue Commissioner's Office, 10 years and 1 month, Tanja Evans from Revenue Commission, 27 years, 10 months, Renan Little from Metro Jail, 11 years and 5 months, Mary Calhoun, Sheriff's Department, 14 years and 4 months, Richard Caden, Sheriff's Department, 35 years and 3 months, and Joe McUrchin from Probate Court, 43 years and 10 months.
That's amazing.
We wish them all the best in whatever their next venture is. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's about 150 years worth of knowledge leaving at once.
That's a lot.
I was just trying to do the math there real quick. So.
I can't. I trust your number. We will, Chair, now entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
I'd now like to call to order the Indigent Care Board meeting for the Mobile County Commission.
Number 1, approve the minutes of the meeting of February 23rd, 2017.
So moved.
Second.
Number 2, accept a report from the Mobile County Commission of the balance in the Indigent Care Fund at February 28th, 2017. Funds available, $716,066.39.
Building on up there. So moved.
Second.
Number 3, approve request for motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
You stand adjourned. Have a great week.
Right.